I get a lot of commentary about being able to do a level 5 solo in a subcap, and usually I do it in a Drake, but because I'm a little bit preferential towards the Nighthawk, I'm going to be giving you an example about the current mission we're going to be doing right now is Cleansing Fire. And again, high resists, 248 HP per second passive recharge, and 74 and 84 resists. And the reason I use the Nighthawk is because, well, it has a really high thermal, so you don't have to use a hardener, you can just throw in 2 EMs. And I use standard Navy Scourge, and it's not that hard to do. I mean, you don't really take that much DPS. You go in and you blast, and you can do this mission in a capital ship. But the reason I do it in a Drake is because sometimes people try to probe you out, and they're always looking for a fast capital ship lock. And the Drake actually warps a lot faster than a Revelation. So the time you actually save in warp actually is more than it would do is the Revelation was able to do the mission much quicker because of the sheer DPS. So in this mission we're going to appear and we have 2 things to kill. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to shoot the Amarr Cathedral. That's the one structure we have to kill. We're going to make speed back, and we're going to shoot at it. And the second thing we're going to have to kill is a Navy APOC. So we're going to target that little ship right there. It drops a tag. If you're lucky, well, you know, you can grab it and collect its tag, and that's why I have a tractor beam if it comes in range. But what I do is as soon as the Navy APOC appears, I just simply switch targets and I start shooting at it. And you can see from my resists, well, I'm still at 99% shields, and I've got a very high passive shield, so I'm actually pretty much able to tank whatever's coming at me, and I'm currently being webbed, and I'm tanking a bit of spawn and a few guns. Sit here, and you just start spamming, and you can use your Hobgoblins 2s if you want, because only small drones will actually go after them. So you can take your Hobgoblin 2s and go after them, and add a little bit of DPS, and you can reduce the amount of time you're in mission. Also, keep an eye on scan in case a guy's going to start scan probing you. But it's really not that hard, and this ship can tank so much, and this is mostly an EM and thermal mission. So if you've got reasonable resist and a high tank, you're good. This is like a capital tank, because if you're looking for that much DPS per second, that's capital class, and this is a small ship which can warp in and out. It also takes a little more time to probe. So as the Navy APOC is almost about to drop down, we're going to be switching over to the Cathedral. The Cathedral will take about a minute, maybe 70 seconds depending on your skills. If you have max skills, great. If you want to switch over, let's switch over there and put some missiles on it. If you add some drones, you can reduce the time maybe about 10 to 12 seconds. So right now we're going to be sitting here, and again, we've been here for roughly a minute. My shields are sitting at 94%. Passive tank, even if I'm tapped dry, I can sustain indefinitely in this mission. So this is a non-cap issue. You can be drained. It's not like you're doing the Fortress and if you lose your cap, you're dead. This mission is designed to be able to be drained, go in, blast, and get out quickly. So, once we're almost done, no one's on scan, and who the fuck is this guy? And he's a big bad pirate. Well, fuck you. Okay, so we're almost in structure, and as you'll see, you get about 40 missiles per rack, and I'm almost done my rack, and I'm down to 11 in bay, and you can see the damage, and you get little bits like 233 from a drone, and then you'll get your standard amount of 1465, and you get about a 20% DPS increase boost from the drone. So it does help. It reduces the amount of time. It also reduces the amount of issue of course, being scanned. So going in, and hopefully, yeah, we have a nuke battery on me right now, which is going to be 1 cap nuke battery. And you're going to see this capacitor start to drop relatively quickly, because when you have shield relays in a setup like this, well, it's all cap relays, and your cap recharge goes to shit. And you've got some T2 core defense extenders, and you've got T2 missile launchers. Nothing terribly expensive, but again, it's there. So we can do a little more damage, and our cap is almost going down to 0, and we're sitting at roughly 90% shields. No one's on scan. We're all good. And in this mission, well, it's not the greatest. Roughly 8.5 million ISK and 87,000 loyalty points. It's not a huge amount, but this is also a low-risk mission. You're not really losing that much, and you're not really risking that much. You can do it in a capital ship, but by the time it takes for the minute and a half to warp in and a minute and a half to warp back, I think that the time you spend not risking a ship by using a Drake, or you can use a Nighthawk, is actually worthwhile, because more or less the time is the same. So we're almost finished, and are we complete yet? And we have nothing else spawned. This has been done relatively quickly. Fantastic. We're recalling our drones, and our mission is currently complete, and we're about to warp off. Once these guys get back in, as you can see, no, not that one. As you can see, Cleansing Fire mission's objective: destroy one structure and one NPC. And we warp out. You'll notice there's no cap, and of course my shields are stable at 87. You'll warp out if you can. Once we warp out, there we go. We have a little bit of warp. You won't warp out very far. You may move like a few million kilometers, but you'll have to make speed for station, regenerate your cap, and then you can warp to station. And that is Cleansing Fire in a sub cap with absolutely zero risk.